Hey guys, Dr. Prometheus here back. This time with a channel update. I wanted to do this before Cyberpunk came out on Thursday or maybe on Wednesday, but I went to the doctor, got some medication, whatnot for some bronchitis. So and it's clearing up, which is nice. So we'll be hitting it a lot harder here on the content a little bit. So let's start with the fact that our Crusader Kings 3 campaigns have been going really well. I forgot to set one up this morning to release, so that episode is going to be on tomorrow. Will be the fourth one. There's 3 more episodes with that one, and then I'll have to start my account Udes. I think is how you pronounce it. Maybe not. I suck pronouncing words, let alone names. But that will be our Anju playthrough. Maybe I'm mispronouncing that too. Who knows? But that will be the one where we go from Count to King of France. And then there's also another achievement that is be a Frankish culture and take Thessalonica without being vassalized by the Byzantine Empire. So with that one as well, we'll also have the possibility of taking an achievement to grab the Great Rome, which we might end up doing. Since we'll have to span all the way to the Byzantine Empire, so it might be come to blows with one of that. And I think that is the 867 start date. So it's going to be a little like a shorter playthrough, which is why I wanted to get the Rust playthrough in first, because with how the Norse and Slavic cultures allow you just to conquer quickly. Also, it's a gamble when you do that as well. But I figured I could get the Rust campaign done faster, in which that is the case. R1 with Count Udes is going to be a really long campaign one. It's going to be something along our first Habsburg one. So we might take it all the way to the end date and get the end date achievement on that while we're at it, along with the Roman Empire one, and kind of go from there. For our realpolitik playthrough is Russia. I really enjoyed the game, although there are some issues with the game. Obviously, it's early access, so we all kind of knew that when I started playing it, and I knew that jumping into it. I want to do an economic technology type campaign as the US, using that pandemic date, just because I want to see how the world kind of develops when everyone's on the same edge. Is there going to be the same thing? Are there going to be differences? Is some economies going to be stronger than others? I kind of want to see how the AI plays with that while I'm playing the US, and we kind of just poke around the world. So it won't be really like a pacifist playthrough by any means. It'll be more of we're concentrating on the Western Hemisphere while we just pay attention to what goes on the rest of the world type deal. So might start that up soon. Here, expect the first episode probably on Monday. So our Grand Tactician campaign, we've had 2 updates, and the updates have made recruiting difficult. So now all the recruits are at 3 months. I know some people have said, yes, it's unplayable. Well, it's only unplayable because we were in an existing campaign and we had an update. Devs have told us, hey, we're going to be working on it. We're going to be developing it a lot. So there's going to be updates that break your save. And I'm fine with that. We all knew that was what it was going to be. It wasn't hidden. It was put out. So on this, I do have another campaign with all the units in it in the 1861 campaign. But I am also debating with the new changes to recruitment, if a Southern campaign right now would be great to play. A defensive Southern campaign. I might let it bake for a little bit as well. I do have all of the units off that previous save on a spreadsheet. Don't worry with that. I have everyone's units. I have the ones marked for that people requested. I have the ones that I kind of changed on my own. So I have those marked. Don't worry. Those are there. Those are saved. I have that actually in a spreadsheet down below, actually. So many spreadsheets. Dating back from our Madden campaign from 2017. So, I do have those. For Cyberpunk, I did our first stream on Friday. I went to the doctor on Thursday. So, got some like amoxicillin and all this other stuff that kind of made me loopy in a way because it was a lot of medication at once. But I ended up going to sleep and then streaming it on Friday, which we had our first episode up. I streamed it on Thursday. I went to the doctor on Wednesday. So streaming on Friday, I got 10 episodes. What we're gonna do with Cyberpunk is it is a corpo run. Probably put it there. It is a corpo run to start, in which we'll have 2 episodes a day. One at 12, which is a normal RPG wise, and then I'll put it out a second episode. They're about I tried to keep them under an hour, and actually switch it to where it won't affect the story. So sometimes maybe the one here will be a 30-minute one. This one will be an hour. Will be about 50 minutes to an hour, or this one will be 30 at the end, but this one will be an hour. I don't think there's any back-to-back episodes, at least in the first 10, that are both 30 minutes, but I could be wrong on that. But watch out with that. Cyberpunk, I'm really loving it. A lot of people have had some issues with it. With me, I've chosen to push my PC to the limit, which has turned into the fact that switching between the map screen and the game world screen takes about 10 seconds for my PC to catch up, which is fine with me because I've set the settings. I tested it that if I did lower the settings more, we would have a fluid experience through that. But hey, I'm waiting. I'm fine with waiting 10 seconds for the game to catch up, render everything, and then let us continue. We're going to do a couple of runs in Cyberpunk, so Cyberpunk's going to be on the channel for a long time with this. But this first one is a 100% run. Maybe by the time that we do a second run on that, I've been looking at getting a 2080, because right now I have a 1080. NVIDIA 1080, and then my processor's a 8700, I think it is. And I was thinking about getting a 90, whatever the highest, not the highest one now, that's like the 10300 or whatever. I was thinking about getting the 9700, I think it is. So upgrading from there, and this will be a much better experience. But, well, a much better experience from a graphical standpoint. But to me, I'm enjoying the game. I've played some games that are immensely more buggy than this. Not like, it's definitely nowhere near Fallout 76 by any means. Nowhere near it. But it is near what you'd expect from a large story game. Like Witcher had some bugs when it first came out, and they patched it over the first, I don't know, 2 to 3 months, and the game is one of the best games I've ever played. Although I haven't finished it on the channel. I started playing it at one point, but get done with it. And then in between these two Cyberpunk releases, we'll have our typical Madden. I know some will let the comments. I'll probably address it in a future Madden episode because I do have the next two kind of up. But someone trolling the game as always, as I like to do as well. Since the previous Lions game in 48, Lions given getting all those penalties is realistic to real life. That is true. The penalties are real. So, that'll be it for this channel update. We'll have Valhalla on the horizon. We'll also have maybe some Watch Dogs on the horizon. I'm not sure. I fooled around with Watch Dogs, but it is not anything close to what I expected it to be. Mostly because I have no connections to the characters. So to me, it's more entertaining watching content creator that's just entertaining to me, as personality type wise, because they're not really connected to the game. Tried it and can't say I can say I'm disappointed, but they tried new things, so I'm not as mad, if that makes sense. I'm not as disappointed. I don't know. As for the channel is going strong. Right now, it's the 12th. We're sitting at 811 subs. You guys are rocking it on this. Really appreciate the support on the channel. Likes, starting to get comments more frequently, things like that. If you have any suggestions, go ahead and leave those below if you see them on any video, really. And yeah, I'll wrap it up here, guys. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for coming to the channel, checking it out. Go ahead and look at all the other campaigns before all this. We have a lot of Grand Tactician campaigns, previous saves, but I'm going to be streaming later on, so I gotta get ready for that. I'll see you guys next one. Later.